All right, listen up, everyone. I don't know who approved this lineup, but this is the most unhinged Survivor cast in the history of fake simulations. We've got presidents, 2 cartoon characters, a pop-punk robot, a YouTuber who gives away islands like they're candy, and Kanye, who's still trying to pitch his 98th unreleased album on a jungle drum loop. I'm sorry, what the fuck has this YouTube channel turned into?
Wait. Are we actually surviving out here, like eating berries and stuff? Because I brought a bag of Werthers and Kamala told me I could trade them for immunity idols.
Joe, it's a simulator. Nobody's really getting sunburned out here except in spirit. Though if there's a voting challenge, you might want to, focus this time. Never mind, I literally have this game in the bag.
I brought my old Boy Scout gear. Haven't opened it since 1974. Found a raccoon skull, 3 safety whistles, and a can of beans labeled non-edible. Pretty sure I'm ready for war.
I just want to know if there's a massage tent and whether or not Avril Lavigne brought her guitar. If this ends in a luau, I'll consider it a win. Robot or not, she is an upgrade over Hillary and even Monica. She won't answer. Did my banana phone block her on accident?
I'm here to form strong emotional bonds and maybe rickroll a few alliances. I've already planted decoy notes in all the torches. The game's begun.
This isn't just Survivor. This is my documentary. We're not filming for CBS. We're filming for Yeezy Vision. Season 1, Survival of the Vibe.
Yeah, this is just like the time I tried to join The Bachelor but ended up on a fishing boat with Martha Stewart and a monkey named Greg. I'm ready.
Ugh, this is already a mistake. I have better things to do than sit in digital sand with presidential geriatrics and an anime-phobic YouTuber. Elon's probably building a rocket outhouse.
I survived 30 government shutdowns and 1 Chuck Schumer birthday party. I fear no simulator. And Peter, stop staring at me like I'm a living crossword puzzle.
Let's be clear. There is no alliance. There is only strategy. And my strategy is to not end up next to Rick Astley and his coconut band.
I've already planted 6 fake idols and told Joe that sunscreen counts as immunity. We're rolling.
I brought my flame guitar, a sacred tribal chant from my Tenacious D days, and a pineapple I named Franklin. I'm ready to jam, outwit, and out-yell everyone.
I have installed a neural link into the simulation code and hacked the physics engine to optimize tribal conditions. Also, I'm playing remotely from a jail cell on Mars, thanks Bill Donald.
Wait a second, you're playing from jail? Elon, how in the frozen hell of Twitter 2.0 are you in this game from prison? You stole the presidency from me with that stupid XApp revolution that tricked people into voting with memes. I also didn't forget about the robot waifus. And don't think I forgot Bill Clinton absolutely body slammed you out of the ring in the season finale. He did a suplex on CNN and they still use it in their bumpers.
The simulation has no borders. Also, I replaced fire with flamethrowers. Welcome to the new era of Survivor.
I'm just here to give everyone immunity idols wrapped in money. If you survive long enough, I might turn your shelter into a 5-star resort.
I don't care who wins. I'm just here to find out if this is actually the jungle or if we're stuck in a Sims 2 expansion pack. Also, Rick Astley keeps singing in his sleep.
That's not singing, that's his war cry. I heard it once during an episode of Antiques Roadshow and blacked out for 12 hours.
Guys, I think my torch is melting. Kamala, is this a metaphor?
Enough. Everybody shut up. I'm losing brain cells faster than Joe loses his train of thought mid-sentence. This is the Brand Steel Survivor Simulator, not the cast reunion of planet Earth's most confused individuals. There will be challenges, there will be drama, there will be alliances so ridiculous that they'll probably make Jack Black the new Secretary of Agriculture by accident. But one of us will be the sole survivor, unless Elon hacks the system again. Let's get this simulation started before Rick starts choreographing a rain dance. All right, finally we're doing something structured. First up is the Brain Rot Tribe, which is honestly a little too on the nose. Let's see. Me, obviously. Best pick. You're welcome. Mugshot and all. Shows strength, shows resilience, shows that I'm still the most talked about man in the universe.
I don't know who assigned the tribes, but the moment I saw myself holding the Infinity Gauntlet in the profile picture, I knew this was either going to be amazing or end with Thanos-level catastrophe. Either way, I'm ready. Universe, prepare to be snapped.
They gave me a PFP where I'm flipping off the screen, and honestly, mood. If I end up in a shelter next to Bush and Elon, I'm starting my own spin-off tribe called Where's My Agent?
Hey now, I brought snacks and crayons. I drew our flag already. It's got a horse, a cowboy hat, and what I think is Nikki Haley. It might be a pineapple. I don't remember.
If that drawing is me, I'm defecting to the other tribe immediately. And why am I surrounded by chaos agents and men who think a neural implant is a replacement for empathy?
Correction. A neural implant is a replacement for empathy. I've updated my software to understand 15% more sarcasm. Also, I've coded a fire-starting subroutine. Just say the word, and our flint becomes a miniature Tesla coil.
You people are the worst. This isn't a tribe. It's a garage sale of failed personalities and walking memes. I'm surrounded by middle-aged crisis compilations. If someone doesn't build a shelter in the next 12 minutes, I'm wiring everyone's beds to detonate when someone says tribal.
Elon's in jail, Avril's flipping off the trees, Kanye's starting a cult, and Miu's rigging explosives. This is going great.
We've got diversity, we've got drama, and we've got enough egos to power a small city. Welcome to brain rot. God help us all.
I brought marshmallows. Wait, did anyone bring sticks or fire or sanity?
At this point, I'm just hoping the other tribe self-destructs faster than we do, and if not, I'll form an alliance with Avril and Miu. They might hate everyone else, but that's a starting point.
If I'm not gone by episode 2, I'm becoming the villain. That's a promise, not a threat.
And with that, the Brain Rot tribe is officially ready for war, or at least a very loud, deeply confusing team meeting. Stay tuned.
All right, here we go. The Yemen tribe. Not sure why we're named after a country I don't think half of us could find on a map, but I've survived impeachment, saxophone solos, and the 90s in general. I can survive this.
Yeah, baby, I'm not just Jack Black. I'm Steve, Pixel Arms, Block Fists, Cubic Dreams. If anyone needs shelter, I can build a 3-story oak mansion with redstone wiring and lava traps. Just don't ask me to punch trees. IRL.
Where are we again? Is this The Price is Right? Kamala, is Bob Barker still alive? Did we win something? Let's fucking go.
Joe, please. We're on Survivor. Brand Steel, the simulator, remember? You kept calling the immunity idol a smoothie coupon.
I've already hidden 5 idols across the fake beach. First person to do a backflip while reciting state capitals gets a free yacht and possibly a llama farm.
You're all acting like this is summer camp. This is a simulation, yes, but it's political theater, too. I came here to win, not get schooled in hide and seek by an anime YouTuber.
This is just like that time I got stranded on a deserted island with a cast of friends and Chandler tried to eat my shoe, except now it's way weirder.
I've got my coconut instruments, my waterproof blazer, and a game plan. I won't give up, but I might, just might, let someone down. Dramatic effect.
Rick, if you sing even once during tribal council, I will form an alliance just to vote you off.
Let's form a musical alliance. Me, Rick, and Peter. Survivor Band. We'll call ourselves Pixelized Politics.
I think I just saw a pig with a crown on his head. Is this Minecraft? Kamala, I swear if I get blown up by a creeper, I'm blaming you.
We don't have creepers, Joe. We have Peter. He's enough.
The real threat is Jack. Nobody trusts a man with that much beard and pixel-based confidence.
I've already started digging a bunker in case things go bad, which they will, dramatically, with fireworks.
Anyone want to form an alliance based on meat quality and trust issues?
This tribe is like a fever dream I had in 1997 after mixing cold medicine and saxophone solos. And I like that dream better than this one. Ugh.
Let's just try to survive longer than the brain rot tribe. If we do that, we've already won spiritually.
All right, Yemen tribe, let's do this. Someone just point me toward the confessional camera and the pudding stand.
We're never going to give you up, Joe, but we might vote you out.
All right, Brain Rot Tribe, the votes have been cast. Before we even do anything, we have to vote someone off the tribe based off first impressions alone. This is all based on gut feeling and pure chaos, so take it personally if you must. First vote, Avril votes for Obama. You've got to be kidding me. I give the girl a chance to be iconic and she tries to snap me like I'm a backup dancer. Next vote, Obama votes for Kanye.
It's cool. I've been betrayed before. Jesus is still king. Obama isn't, obviously.
Next vote, Donald votes for Avril. Damn, who didn't see that coming?
Had to do it. She flipped me off in her PFP. That's not presidential. Besides, I'm not playing with some goddamn cyborg.
Next vote, Elon votes for Donald. I can only imagine why.
My simulation showed that chaos follows orange energy signatures, statistically proven.
Next vote, Bush votes for Elon.
I don't trust no man who brought a Tesla coil to the jungle and talks like a calculator.
Next vote, Kanye votes for Donald.
You disrespected the prophecy, bro. It was your time.
Next vote, Miu votes for Donald. Talk about a Shakespearean tale.
I hate your face. You talk like a sentient bottle of expired mayonnaise.
Final vote, Nikki votes for Donald. That's 4 votes, Donald, which means...
No, this is fraud. This is rigged. I've been targeted by a tribe of misfits and bad islanders. You're all going to pay for this. I demand a recount, a reboot of the simulator. This is just like 2020. I'm going to kick your ass.
Don, chill. You're not out. It's just a relocation. You're getting helicoptered back to camp solo while the rest of us hike 14 miles.
Wait, what? So I win. That's right. I knew it. I'm the real victim here, and also the real champion. Losers.
I swear, next vote, I'm carving his name into a rock with eyeliner and launching it at his skull.
I accept this outcome. It is written. Also, helicopters are government distractions.
Welcome to brain rot. We walk. Trump flies. This is hell.
All right, Yemen tribe. It's time to dig deep into your baseless first impressions and make an irrational vote. Good luck keeping it civil. First vote, Bill Clinton votes for Peter Griffin.
Listen, man brought me a leaf sandwich and said it was farm to mouth. I draw the line at chlorophyll.
It was organic. I foraged for that lettuce. That leaf died for your lunch.
It also had a caterpillar in it, Peter. That was not protein.
Next vote, Jack Black, aka Minecraft Steve, votes for Joe Biden.
He told me my blocky head reminded him of a Rubik's Cube that talks too much. Also, he tried to plug a charger into my arm.
I thought you were Alexa in a cosplay. You kept saying crafting table. I was just trying to order pudding.
Next vote, Joe Biden mistakenly votes for Kamala Harris.
Seriously, Joe? First you secretly vote for Donald in the election, and now this bullshit?
I thought I was picking the winner of a spelling bee. You told me circle one name. I panicked.
He literally circled it with a pudding smear. That's the first.
Next vote, Kamala votes for Jack.
Jack made a campfire out of actual camera batteries and then tried to convince me it was modded realism.
You just don't understand voxel innovation.
Next vote, MrBeast votes for Bill.
Bill promised me a cabinet position in exchange for Flint. Then he tried to Venmo me Clinton coin.
You can't prove it has no value. It's decentralized charisma.
Next vote, Nancy Pelosi votes for Peter.
He asked if I wanted to form an alliance built on trust and spaghetti.
It was a metaphor. Also, I had spaghetti.
Next vote, Peter votes for Jack.
He built a pixel portrait of me where I had no pants. That's slander.
That's called art, Peter. Interpretive, provocative art.
Final vote, Rick Astley votes for Nancy Pelosi.
She threw my trench coat in the ocean and said it violated the vibe.
It did. We're in a jungle, not an 80-cent detective movie.
That gives us 2 votes Peter, 2 votes Jack, and 1 vote each for Biden, Kamala, Bill, and Pelosi. We've got a tie between Jack and Peter. They'll draw rocks to decide who leaves.
I draw a meatball instead.
No, Peter. Jack drew the liability rock. He's out. All right, everyone. Deep breaths, because guess what? None of you are going home yet. That tribal vote, it was a social experiment, you miserable fucks. A glorified stress test. Welcome to psychological warfare, survivor style. Consider it a warm-up for the chaos to come. Jack and Donald were each secretly given a high-stakes choice, while you all thought they were eliminated. They could either return to camp and get to work starting your shelter, or search for a hidden immunity idol to protect themselves at the real First Tribal Council. Spoiler alert, they both took the selfish route and found the idol. That's right, they're still here, immune, and now twice as insufferable.
Of course, I found the idol. I was born for this. Tremendous instincts, the best. I'm not just back, I'm back better. Helicoptered in like a war hero. Meanwhile, the rest of you were hiking through leaf soup. This is karma, you assholes.
You think you've seen Survivor? Nah, I built an idol shelter with pixelated hands and raw determination. I'm not just Steve. I'm Steve with plot armor, baby. Full set.
This already feels rigged. The simulator gave the two loudest men immunity. What's next? Peter Griffin wins a Nobel Prize for coconut art?
I already started digging a new sleeping pit away from everyone. If Jack thinks he's bunking next to me in his weird cubed vibes, he's dead wrong. He better not defect to our tribe. He smells bad.
Wait. So Steve's back? Can I still keep his shelter? I already converted it into Peter's Pina Colada Palace. Besides, it smells like my farts, and I ate all of Steve's hot chicken already, so...
Save the bickering, folks. Now it's time for your first real test. The immunity challenge begins now, as none of you formed any alliances back at camp. Here's your first true challenge, castaways. I may not be the best storyteller, but here goes nothing. You'll navigate a winding river course, dodge strong simulated currents, collect scattered puzzle pieces, and assemble your tribal symbol under pressure. No alliances yet, just pure, unfiltered teamwork, or dysfunction depending on the tribe. The Brainrot tribe charges forward with the chaotic elegance of an improv comedy troupe mid-breakdown. Miu carries the entire puzzle segment. Trump yells directions like he's hosting a game show. Kanye sings background ambiance. Somehow it works. Yemen tribe, meanwhile, begins with enthusiasm before collapsing into confusion. Peter floats downstream on a log shouting, "I'm aquatic." Bill blows into his saxophone as a motivation tool. Joe Biden congratulates a fish for its effort. And with that, the Brainrot tribe claims victory. They win immunity and Flint, and probably slightly more respect.
Victory was inevitable. I told you all. Winners win. That's the Trump doctrine. Now give me that Flint. I'm making McDonald's Big Macs for the whole tribe. I don't need Google. I memorized the recipe when I was a toddler.
This is so deeply unfair. We're losing to a group where half the tribe thinks fire is sentient.
I already have a challenge idea where the losing tribe gets a pizza party in the rain.
Back at camp, things take a turn as Kanye enters a state of creative crisis, one the rest of the tribe was completely unprepared for.
This shelter, this structure, it lacks vision, it lacks soul. I cannot sleep under a roof that was not divinely aligned. You people built a triangle with no symmetry, no feng shui, no Yeezy influence. This is a betrayal of energy. I miss Twitter already. Can I get my phone back?
You could have picked up a stick. Instead, you picked up your ego. If I had a nickel for every delusional man-child on this island, I'd have enough to buy Brainrot, a competent builder.
And why is my sleeping spot next to the angry-looking palm tree? That's where bad spirits live. I need peace to channel my inner album drop. I miss Bianca, man.
I'm building a hammock in a completely different biome if he doesn't shut up. I can't meditate to this.
Back in Texas, we called this kind of talk too much wind and not enough cattle. Can someone pass me the map again?
Kanye's not having a normal reaction to victory. We expected eccentric. We got the full creative implosion. Meanwhile, the Yemen tribe is simmering with tension. Nancy and Peter's disagreement over camp duties spills into an all-out debate.
Peter, you boiled coconuts in salt water and served it like soup. The tribe can't survive on brine-flavored disappointment.
I thought it would hydrate us and also flavor us from the inside out, like seasoning, for survival.
Peter dumped all the good fruit into the ocean to test for flotation bias. I haven't been this mad since I got banned from the saxophone subreddit.
That banana was a liar. It sunk like my approval rating after season 9.
Look, everyone, I found a tree stump shaped like a chair. I named it Gerald. Gerald says we should calm down. When we get back home, we are having a baby.
Joe and I were talking earlier. We both love giving people unexpected gifts. Joe gave me a wet sock and called it historic. I gave him a coconut with googly eyes. Now as his press secretary.
As tribal approaches, this group is held together by string, awkward alliances, and one very questionable bowl of saltwater coconut stew. Someone's going home, unless they float away first. Well, here we are, a full day of chaos behind us, a tribe already down one trench coat, and tensions simmering hotter than Peter's attempted coconut stew. You've argued, built shelters out of questionable materials, formed friendships based on squirrels, and driven each other slightly insane. But tonight, we do what Survivor does best. We crush someone's dreams before the second sunset. Let's read the votes. First vote, Rick. Second vote, Nancy. Third vote, Rick. Fourth vote, Bill. Fifth vote, Rick. Sixth vote, Bill. Seventh vote, Rick. That's enough, Rick.
Wow. You know, when I came here, I said I wasn't going to let anyone down. Turns out, I got let down instead. I never thought I'd get voted out by a tribe whose strongest alliance is built on misplaced coconuts.
Rick, I've got nothing but love, man, but when you kept singing your theme song to the fish while we were trying to make spears, I knew it was either you or my sanity.
I kept seeing you dance around the campfire at 3 a.m. I thought you were part of the hallucination squad. No hard feelings, pal.
Honestly, Rick, I admire your trench coat commitment, but I needed people on this tribe who could lift logs, not serenade them.
You're iconic, Rick. You really are. But I felt like every time we needed strategy, you answered with never gonna give you up. That's not exactly a vote-out plan.
I voted for you, Rick, because frankly, I felt like I was stuck in an ADS fever dream every time you opened your mouth. The coat, the songs, the polite bowing. It was too much.
I voted Bill, okay? I thought he stole my coconut spoon. Turns out it was just a rock, but the damage was done.
Well, tribe, I hope you find your rhythm, because it's going to get real quiet without me harmonizing with the wind. Peace out, survivors.
Rick, the tribe has spoken. The tribes enter the arena. It's a full-contact basketball meets wrestling scenario. Chaos erupts. Miu launches puzzle pieces with terrifying accuracy. Kanye screams motivational rhymes. Peter gets stuck in the basket and claims it's strategy. Brainrot tribe wins again. They claim immunity in Flint for the second time. Apparently, chaos is a working strategy.
And that's how it's done, baby. Yemen is collapsing faster than CNN's ratings. Brain rot forever. Flint, more like Wint.
As winners, Brainrot must send someone from Yemen to Exile Island. Trump demands it be Kamala Harris.
I said it yesterday, and I'll say it again. Kamala, get packing. Your trip to Exile Island is the first vacation you earned honestly. Suck it, dirtbag.
Kamala rolls her eyes, accepts her fate, and chooses Avril Lavigne from Brainrot to join her.
All right, Avril, I know we come from different dimensions or whatever, but I say we pick the bottle on the right. Call it intuition. Or spite.
Fine, but if a cursed map comes out of that thing and I end up haunted, I'm throwing you under the next immunity challenge.
The bottle contains a clue to the hidden immunity idol. They agree to share it and go their separate ways, cautiously cooperative. Back at camp, with Trump off bragging to the trees, Avril, Kanye, Miu, and Nikki form an alliance forged from quiet eye rolls and shared disdain.
Miu sees the future like I do. It's not about idols, it's about vibrations. I vibe with her aura. It's magnetic.
He's got weird brain static, but honestly, I've built smarter alliances with AI toaster ovens. I'll take it.
If sticking with the misfits keeps me off Trump's radar, count me in. We'll be the only sane ones left by day 10.
I'm just saying, if there's an alliance forming without me, that's a mistake. Huge mistake. Massive. I invented alliances. People forget that.
Despite their loss, the Yemen tribe finds clarity in dysfunction. Bill, Joe, Kamala, and MrBeast form a quiet, unspoken bond.
Kamala, you're sharp, focused, and not trying to light the shelter on fire like Peter. I trust you. You've got my back. I've got yours.
Thank you, Jimmy. I've dealt with Congress survivors, just Congress with mosquitoes and fewer microphones.
You both remind me of my old bowling league, full of hope, dedication, and yeah, I forgot the third one. But this feels right.
As long as no one plays saxophone in their sleep again, I'm on board. Let's try not to rickroll ourselves this time.
As the jungle thickens and torches dim, alliances strengthen, enemies simmer, and even Rick's trench coat echoes in the moonlight. One tribe's climbing. The other? One banana peel away from collapse. It's been a week filled with simmering tension, misplaced alliances, food poisoning from Peter's stew experiments, hammock arguments, philosophical debates about coconut morality, and at least 3 mental breakdowns disguised as strategy sessions. Tonight, we add another chapter to this disaster piece. time to vote. Let's tally them. First vote, Peter. Second vote, Nancy. Third vote, Nancy. Fourth vote, Nancy. Okay? Okay, listen. Let's just cut to the reality here. I don't need to read the rest of these. We all know where this is going. Every single one of you, except for Nancy herself, voted for Nancy. Even Joe voted for Nancy, and he thinks we're filming Wheel of Fortune.
Absolutely unbelievable. After I literally carried this tribe's organization, implemented a daily agenda, organized coconut inventory by shell thickness, and tried to teach Peter basic fire safety, this is how you reward me? By staging a coup in a simulated jungle. Overruled. I veto all of you.
Nancy, you put us on a 6 IM coconut inspection schedule and gave us fines for snacking off hours. It stopped being Survivor and turned into a congressional sleepaway camp.
You told me I couldn't give out rewards without a budget review and committee approval. I run a YouTube empire. I don't need a financial subcommittee to hand out hammocks. You wouldn't even let me promote Lunchly because you thought cigarettes were even better than my so-called moldy snacks.
I don't really remember voting, but someone handed me a crayon and told me to pick the person who yelled at me for petting a stick. Nancy yelled at me. A lot.
I didn't even get to explain my stew recipe. You just called it culinary terrorism and tried to form a tribunal. That hurt my feelings.
Obama, snuff the torch. Do it quickly before someone starts another monologue about squirrel alliances or berry-driven diplomacy. I've had it. I'm done. Let me leave this padded asylum with some dignity.
Nancy, your torch is snuffed. The tribe has spoken. The jungle whispers your name in confusion and passive aggression. Each vote echoes in the void of sanity we call Survivor. It speaks not just of strategy, but of survival, of peace, silence, and the right to boil coconuts without a permit. You may now return to the chaos. After a crushing blindfolded obstacle course involving yelling, tripping, Peter being dragged like a lawn chair, and MrBeast nearly knocking over the guidepost with his shoulder, the Yemen tribe, against all odds, pulls out their first win. Congratulations, Yemen. You've won something tangible. Tarp, umbrella, 2 folding chairs, pillows, blankets, and yes, even a hammock. For once, no one will wake up tangled in twigs and regret.
I don't want to say this win saved my life, but my spine was folding like a lawn chair on that leaf mattress. This is a spiritual win.
I'm not crying, I swear. It's just sweat and relief and the faint scent of defeat finally washing away.
This hammock could change our whole game. Or at least stop Peter from sleepwalking into the fire pit again.
Can we trade the tarp for pudding or chocolate chip ice cream? No? All right, just asking.
As victors, you must send someone to Exile Island. The tribe selects Elon Musk. In turn, Elon chooses Peter to accompany him.
Okay, Elon, what are we doing here this time? You're not going to try to download me again like last time, are you? Because I think that messed up my brain. I don't want to fight you again. I could whoop your ass, but I'll leave that for another day.
No downloads, Peter. No cyber implants, just choices. Strategic, life-changing choices. We found the clue bottle and what's inside it. It's not just an idle clue. It's a door, a wormhole, a challenge to everything you've ever known.
Okay, now I'm intrigued and terrified. Do I have to fight someone? Is there a piñata involved?
Even better. It's a mutiny opportunity. You can leave your old tribe, escape the madness, the lectures, the legislative breakfast briefings, and join Brain Rot, the tribe of chaos, of creativity, of unhinged success. They'll never understand you, Peter, but Brain Rot, they'll weaponize your weird, you'll be cherished, celebrated, maybe even feared. Do it.
All right, I'm doing it. Viva la Brain Rod, you hear me, America? This Griffin switching sides.
Peter reads the parchment. One option, immunity idle clue. The other, mutiny to Brain Rot tribe. His hands tremble. A dramatic breeze kicks in.
What just happened? Peter mutinied? after we finally gave him his own corner and stopped mocking his stew?
He took the chair, my sacred napping chair, my post-challenge meditation zone. The betrayal cuts deeper than a rusty machete.
That man left us for chaos. And he took the backup pillow. This is the definition of social warfare.
So Peter's on the moon now? Or is this still the game? I need a map and some pudding.
With one mutiny, Peter Griffin turned the tides. Brain rot grows stronger, 9 strong now. Yemen is whittled to 5, with only coconut dreams and a hammock-shaped void. Alliances shift, strategies evolve. And the game? It just got a lot louder. Today's challenge is a crate idea, a deceptively simple but absolutely chaotic mission requiring castaways to blindly maneuver, haul, and strategically stack a series of oversized wooden crates, while their blindfolded teammates follow verbal instructions from one lone screaming caller. The Brainrot tribe, armed with their unique brand of productive chaos, manages to execute the challenge with surprising efficiency. Miu solves half the puzzle before the crates even hit the mat, Nikki yells instructions like she's commanding a SWAT team, and Kanye distracts the Yemen tribe by freestyling an entire verse mid-challenge that somehow includes metaphors about balance and dominoes. And with that final crate locked into place, Brainrot claims yet another victory, their 7th win in a row. Yemen, you've really got to consider giving up the idea of teamwork and just pray for a miracle involving wild boars and spontaneous teleportation.
Yet again, we dominate. Another victory for the best tribe this land has ever seen. Meanwhile, Yemen looks like they've been trying to solve algebra with soup cans. Honestly, I've seen more strategic thinking from a loaf of wet bread. I could have taken a big shit on the sidelines and still won big.
That wasn't even a competition. That was us casually walking over and wiping the floor with you while assembling IKEA furniture with our minds. You're welcome for the demonstration in dominance.
Watching you try to stack crates was like watching a turtle try to moonwalk. Entertaining, but mostly tragic. So sad.
Monica, baby, if you're watching this on CBS All Access, please, just call me. I'm not okay. I'm using a tree branch as a back scratcher and I think it cursed me. My little clarinet hasn't gotten any action in a week. It's starting to melt away, fuck.
You know, the thing about a challenge like this is it's like juggling flaming bowling pins while blindfolded on a pogo stick in the rain while your tribe has an emotional breakdown behind you.
I think we're on Big Brother now. Is that Pat Sajak over there? Vanna, flip the bowls. I need to solve the puzzle. Tribe dysfunction. Final answer. And I'm the main character, Alex, or...
Joe, you're not even playing the right game. You've wandered into a different franchise. If you start asking where the immunity necklace plugs in, I'm walking out. Just leave me alone, thank you.
You just mad I remembered my name today. I may be confused, but I'm still more coherent than your Twitter feed. Oh, wait. Sorry, X. Don't ban me again, Elon. I'm sorry for sniffing all of your kids. All 20 of them. I don't know, there could be more, Jack.
Okay. Can we please stop acting like this is an improv comedy class taught by raccoons and just focus on how fucked we are?
Hey, Yemen, if anyone wants to trade, I've got 3 pineapples, a conch shell, and my dignity. Just kidding. I traded that last night for half a coconut and a bedtime story from Kanye.
Jack, I'm not trying to be rude here, but your contribution to the shelter was taping a motivational poster to the ceiling and calling it structural integrity. The squirrel ripped it down and laughed at us.
Excuse me, but Dream Big was meant to inspire resilience in the face of adversity. Just because the roof leaks and the sand's in everything doesn't mean you get to insult my art. I'm sorry my masterpiece isn't losing elections.
Guys, we are one argument away from declaring this shelter a federal disaster zone. Can we please just calm down before someone weaponizes a crab again?
I'm done. I'm out. Forget the alliance. What's the point when the whole tribe is in it except for Jack? That's not strategy. That's not strategy, that's kindergarten exclusion. That's like planning a group project and leaving the weird kid to draw the title page with glitter glue.
Wait, hold on. You all excluded me? I shared my peanut stash. I taught Biden how to skip stones. I even sang him lullabies.
I miss Hillary. I miss Monica. I miss Amber Heard. I miss Junko Enoshima. I miss the woman who played saxophone for me at the 1993 inaugural ball. Allegedly, I had sax with all of them. Not sex. I heart speaks in jazz and broken promises.
I need bleach for my brain. Immediately. Can someone call Trump to inject some for me?
Did someone say saxophone? One time I dated a harmonica. Or maybe it was a girl named Harmony. She loved pudding and hated politics.
This is not a tribe. This is a derailed cruise ship with no captain and a playlist made by a sleep-deprived intern.
I just wanted to win one immunity challenge without sobbing over my saxophone. Is that too much to ask?
Another day, another tribal council filled with hope, despair, and memories of alliances that lasted shorter than a TikTok trend. Tonight, the torch of one more broken soul shall be extinguished. Let's read the votes. First vote, Bill. Second vote, Bill. That's 2 votes, Bill Clinton. Third vote, Jack or Steve. Fourth vote, Bill. Fifth vote, and the third person voted off Hail to the Bro Survivor is William Jefferson Clinton. That's 4 votes for Bill. That's enough. Bill, it's time for you to go.
No, you don't understand. I still had solos left. I didn't even get to perform my saxophone version of My Heart Will Go On. This was supposed to be my redemption arc. Monica would have voted for me to stay.
Bill, honey, we love you. We really do. But this isn't VH1 Behind the Music. You hallucinated a squirrel court last night and tried to plead guilty to musical negligence. We couldn't keep living like this.
You emotionally exhausted the tribe to the point where the hammock now has a support group. Even the trees asked for a transfer.
I never let go, Bill, unless the lifeboat's ready. Are we sinking? I think I hear the violins. Is that the world's smallest violin?
Bill, you were a chaos symphony, man. A jazz explosion. I'll miss your sax, even if it sounded like it was crying out for help.
Bill, the tribe has spoken. Please bring me your torch, and maybe put the saxophone down slowly. With Bill gone, Yemen is now 4 strong and 40% unstable. What was once a tribe is now a spiritual expedition through delusion and sandburn. May the survivor gods have mercy on what's left. As day 9 dawns on this increasingly unhinged season of Survivor, secrets lie beneath the surface, 2 to be exact. 2 immunity idols have been found, one by Peter Griffin, who was ironically relieving himself on what he thought was a decorative banana tree, only to discover it contained a small burlap-wrapped idol tied under the roots. Peter then screamed, slipped in a puddle, and shouted something about it being his lucky leak. Meanwhile, Kamala Harris discovered hers while constructing what she called a Zen Circle of Destiny, aka a sad ring of rocks she hoped would improve team synergy. She moved a palm frond and found the idol buried underneath. Both have kept their discoveries secret, so far. Today's reward challenge tests strength, willpower, and who can endure agony the longest while trying to look like they're not about to collapse. Shoulder the load forces castaways to balance weighted bags on a wooden pole until they literally can't anymore. For the first time this season, the Yemen tribe, previously synonymous with failure and flameouts, holds on long enough to finally snatch victory. There's celebration, shouting, and even hugging.
This is the emotional nourishment we've needed, the metaphorical hug from the universe we've been waiting for. Thank God. Oh wait, I can't say that. It might piss off my supporters. Hail to all 50 genders. Yeah, I'm hailing to that. Everything else is a deepfake.
We've been operating at rock bottom for 9 days. Today we reached slightly above sea level. That's progress, baby. Who wants a feastable?
Did someone say reward? Where's the vending machine? I could go for a tapioca right now, or a warm soda, or a blanket that doesn't smell like Kanye's feet. I can smell it from over here. His toenails look all moldy.
The brain rot tribe, on the other hand, tastes loss. And like all things in Survivor, they take it with the grace of a tumbleweed in a hurricane.
That was obviously a fake win, just fake as hell. The scales were rigged. Our bags were clearly heavier. I saw Miu's foot twitch and no one disqualified her. Oh wait, shit, she's on my tribe. I saw nothing. This challenge was stolen from us. Total fraud. Fuck!
Donald, you dropped the bag after 12 seconds. You spent more time complaining than actually holding anything. A baby could lift those bags for longer than you. What? Do you want your bottle back? Too bad this is Survivor, not a nursery for your temper tantrums and therapy sessions.
You're just mad you don't have an excuse ready for your performance. My arms were conserving energy. Strategy, you wouldn't understand. My six-pack is turning into an eight-pack. Tremendous, just tremendous, folks.
I tried to help, but all the shapes looked like Texas after a flood. Nothing made sense.
Now the game shifts again. The immunity challenge today is Try Any Angle, a complicated test of puzzle solving and hand-eye coordination. Castaways must rotate platforms while navigating wooden balls into the correct slots using only angled movement and sheer mental fortitude. And against all odds, and with a significant amount of yelling and prayer, the Yemen tribe wins again. They won't be pagonged. That's right. Yemen, you're safe. Brain rot tribe, I'll be seeing you at Tribal Council tonight.
I don't believe it. The puzzle was broken. Nikki was reading it backwards. I saw Kamala wink at the challenge coordinator. I want a full investigation, and I want it now.
Donald, your ego could be used to weigh down an anchor. We lost. Let it go. You panicked halfway through and tried to stack the puzzle pieces vertically. Get your head out of your ass.
Oh, I'm sorry I didn't realize you were the puzzle queen of Survivor. If only leadership were as easy as shouting, rotate left in panic. I can't understand a screeching seagull.
I'm not going to argue with someone who once called a hexagon the one with too many corners.
You know what? I'm done with the vibes. I'm done with the moon energy. I'm done with this tribe thinking yoga circles fix broken brains. Kamala's not even here, and I'm still mad at her. That's how bad it is.
This whole challenge failed because people don't listen to me. I said from the start, put Kanye in charge of physical coordination, not puzzle solving. But no, let's give him shapes and watch him turn them into a rap.
I was expressing the shape of pain through geometry. That triangle was trauma.
MrBeast isn't even on our tribe, and I still blame him. That's how cursed this place is.
Seriously, I bet he's off somewhere simping for Kamala, making her coconut coffee and rubbing her feet, probably humping her in a Zen circle.
All right, I'm done. I've had enough of this. I'm getting one of my 20 kids to pick me up. The one with the underscore and weird Scandinavian numeral in his name. I don't know, he drives the jet. We're going to go play Halo on my yacht with Jeff Bezos and Mark Zuckerberg.
You can't just quit because you're annoyed.
I'm not quitting. I'm temporarily outsourcing my mental health. I'll be back by Tribal, probably, unless we get caught up in a LAN tournament. In which case, good luck.
Honestly, Elon's got a point. This tribe's one confessional away from needing a group exorcism.
So ends day 11. Brain rot destabilized, unraveling faster than Elon's Twitter buyout strategy. With Tribal on the horizon, and one tribe imploding while the other rises, chaos brews louder than ever.
Kamala, can you believe it? We've gone from losing every challenge to now, double back-to-back wins. It's like the stars aligned, the coconuts stopped falling on my head, and someone finally fixed the bad energy surrounding our tarp.
Joe, we've been through fire, rain, and Peter's endless nighttime snoring sessions. And we're still here. We're the last two of the last four standing from the original disaster phase, when we didn't even know how to build a shelter and thought the immunity idol might be a pineapple.
Remember when I tried to boil rice in my shoe because I couldn't find the pot?
Or when you voted for the moon at Tribal Council because you said it looked suspicious? They had to cut the footage and redo the whole tribal council.
Those were good times. But look at us now. We're the backbone of this tribe. We win, we celebrate, and we even got lattes. That Survivor Cafe, highlight of my year, maybe my decade.
You're not wrong. I think if we can keep this momentum and keep you from wandering off into the jungle thinking it's Walmart, we might actually make it to the final two.
Final two, Kamala, you and me, unless I accidentally vote for myself again.
And I'll vote for you too. You'll still win.
Brain rot tribe. For days, you dominated the game. You were unstoppable, unshaken, and absolutely out of your minds. But now, the tide has turned. And the storm has Elon's name all over it. And he didn't even have to buy out all of our adverts with Tesla ads.
The guy disappeared mid-challenge. Said he had business to attend to. He's out here doing billion-dollar backflips while we're starving and fighting over who gets the hammock.
He ghosted us, stole a coconut, hijacked our firewood for some fuel efficiency test. I don't care how rich he is. I'm voting for the man who said the stars were talking to him through the conch shell. He can go play Survivor on Mars without a helmet.
He literally told me he was going to upload my soul to Twitter. I'm not even sure if that was a threat or a compliment. Fuck him!
Let's get to the votes. First vote, George W. Bush. Second vote, Elon. Third vote, Elon. Fourth vote, Elon. Fifth vote, Bush. That is 2 votes Bushy Boy, 3 votes Elon. Sixth vote, Elon. Seventh vote, and the fourth person voted off Hail to the Bro Survivor, Elon Musk. That's enough. Elon, bring me your torch.
Hold up. Who voted for me? I demand a recount. I want a forensic audit. Who?
That would be me. It was a difficult decision, man.
You? Barack, we shared peanut butter. We built a sandcastle together. You told me I looked presidential yesterday.
And then you tried to trade our machete for a crab and sang the national anthem backwards while eating raw rice. I had to make a call. Your dad misses you. Even Jeb would be an upgrade.
You're all just upset because I outplayed, outstrategized, and out-haloed all of you. My kill-death ratio is elite, my multitasking unmatched, my digital empire eternal.
Go cry into your electric blanket, you meme-fueled pineapple thief.
Elon, the tribe has spoken. Go play Halo with Bezos. And maybe let your kid pilot the jet this time. Oh wait, you outsource all of your gameplay to India? Huh? Get the fuck out of here, bozo. Spinning, stumbling, disorientation. Today's challenge is dizziness as usual, where balance and memory are obliterated in 60 seconds. But somehow, Yemen, yes, Yemen, wins again. That's 3 in a row. You've won a trip to the Survivor Cafe, coffee, cakes, sandwiches, and emotional healing. I wonder if coffee is what it will take to bring Joe back to life.
I'm crying. This mocha latte is better than my graduation day. Oh wait, that's right, I dropped out. Edit this out, please. A coconut fell on my head again.
I got a blueberry muffin that tasted like America, like 4th of July in my mouth.
I didn't know you could cry and eat at the same time, but here we are, and I'm doing both.
I dunked my sandwich in the cappuccino and saw the meaning of life. Spoiler, it's toast.
They got sugar, they got caffeine, they're basically gods now. And we're eating boiled leaves and regrets. What's happening to us?
This tribe is a joke. If I had a flamethrower and a robot army, I'd start over from scratch. Geez, I even miss Kokichi. What is wrong with my mind right now?
I'm going to fight a tree just to feel something.
I'm still confused who voted for me. I haven't recovered emotionally or strategically. Oh, wait, it was Barack. Damn, now I need dementia pills too.
Precision, timing, and not falling face first into the water. That's what water mortar demands. And somehow, again, Yemen wins. 4 challenges in a row. They've gone from zeros to Zen masters.
Did I do something important? Kavala says I threw water better than a dolphin. I believe her.
You were graceful. Like a confused sea otter with ambition.
We can't be stopped. We've become the force we used to fear.
I am water. Water is me past the immunity idol.
Obama, where were you? You narrate like a god, but when the game gets tough, you disappear like Elon's torch.
You're more worried about your monologues than actually helping us win. You voted for Bush instead of a billionaire that flew away before tribal, and now look at us. Look at us.
Your days are numbered, Brock. At the next tribal, if you even blink funny, I'm writing your name down in bold, Sharpie bowl.
As Yemen celebrates another clean victory, brain rot stews in betrayal, caffeine envy, and existential dread. The lines are drawn, the torches are dim, and tomorrow may finally crack the tribe in half. You know, there's a certain irony in potentially being voted out of a game you're hosting. It's like being evicted from your own birthday party because you brought healthy snacks. But I'm still here. Torch or no torch, I'm your narrator, your spirit guide, and the last thread of rational commentary clinging to the wreckage of this burning shipwreck of a season. You might put my flame out, but I've got enough smoke left to narrate every last second of your descent into jungle madness. Let's get back to the plot, or whatever shreds of a plot still exist. The brain rot tribe, now existing on a diet of distrust, resentment, and the occasional lizard stew, has decided it's time to rebuild with all the careful planning of a toddler stacking wet cardboard.
All right, here's the deal. Everyone else has lost their minds. Kanye's composing battle hymns to himself. Bush is convinced the tiki torch is talking to him. I'm aligning with people who still know what a vote is. Miu, Donald, Nikki, Peter, we stick together. We vote smart. We survive.
I'll agree to anything if you sign this contract that gives me exclusive merch rights to your facial expressions during tribal. Also, if I get final 2, I want you to write my theme song in drop D tuning.
This is the most stable, intelligent group on this island. Frankly, it's the only one that should exist. The rest are amateurs. Bush Lee. I'm talking about literal Bush. The man tried to barter our fishing gear for more America.
If we're doing this, we're doing it with military precision. We pick a target, we make it stick, and we keep Peter from trading our food for more lava soup.
Lava stew builds character. Also, who keeps throwing coconuts at my head in the middle of the night? I'm not naming names, but I've got suspicions, and they rhyme with Miu Iruma.
This is the future of brain rot. These 5 jagged puzzle pieces forced together with spit, duct tape, and mutual hatred of everyone not in their alliance. I give it 5 hours. Now let's drift to the other side of the island, where the Yemen tribe, high on coffee, immunity wins, and their own delusions of grandeur, is about to go full meltdown.
I just wanted to make people smile, maybe hand out a few briefcases of money. Instead, I'm covered in sand, I haven't showered in 10 days, and Joe keeps trying to trade me sand dollars for pudding.
It's hitting me now. No Pat Sajak, no letters to guess, no commercial breaks. This isn't Wheel of Fortune, it's Survivor. I'm on Survivor. I have been for 2 weeks. This is the greatest prank of all time.
Joe, I love you like a confused uncle. But if you ask me where the puzzle board is one more time, I'm walking straight into the ocean with a torch and not coming back.
Do we at least get a trip to the showcase showdown?
That's the wrong game. Again, I'm losing my mind. I've started naming my mosquito bites after subscribers.
Okay, you're both cut from the alliance. I'm done. I'm taking the immunity idol and building a raft.
Hey guys, not to interrupt, but I was wondering, suspicious stew, golden carrots, or should I just cook the ender chest and see what happens?
Their grip on reality is like their grip on flint. Weak, confused, and constantly setting things on fire. So it's tribal time again, and yes, I'm narrating the tribal where I got voted out. That's how far we've fallen. Welcome to Survivor, Existential Crisis Edition.
Cut the speech, Barry. You're yesterday's narrator. Time to read the votes. Snuff yourself and let the real players handle things.
Fine, let's just get to the votes before this whole camp catches fire. First vote, George W. Bush. Second vote, Barack Obama. Third vote, Obama with the Hussein being in bold, neat. Fourth vote, Barry Obama. Fifth vote, Bush hates blacks. What? Sixth vote, Obama. Seventh vote, and the fifth person voted off Hail to the Bras, me. Geez, apparently the protagonists don't get plot armor. Well, that's enough. I'd say I didn't see this coming, but let's be real. You people would vote out air if it threatened your delusions of strategy. You're so stupid.
Snuff it. Dramatically. Get the fuck out of my face.
And do a little spin while you do it.
Here lies my torch, the last light of reason on this flaming raft of idiocy. May it burn brighter than any of your strategies ever will.
All right, who voted for me? I need names, motives, and possibly a confession under duress.
It was me, Georgie, because your face offends my soul and your gameplay offends logic itself.
Bring it on, yeah. You've been one auto-tuned insult away from getting sat on.
I'm gone, but I'm watching, like the disappointed ghost of Jefferson. And now, the chaos continues. Today's challenge, pigs fly, contestants scream, and somehow the Yemen tribe wins again. They've won so many times I'm starting to think the producers switched out their water for Red Bull.
We won again, and this time we get to bathe in a waterfall that doesn't smell like despair and unwashed socks.
Is this the Fountain of Youth? I'm pretty sure I remember this place from when I was 9.
I'm going to cry directly into the mist. Happy tears. For once,
I'm going to exile again? Whoopee. Hope they packed extra juice boxes this time.
Let's find an idol and maybe build a bandstand. I've got songs, baby.
If one more pig flies across my screen, I'm gonna turn this shelter into a flamethrower and throw myself on top of it.
At this point, I'd vote for a squirrel if it meant a win.
That pig was rigged. It flapped its ears weird. It was a deep state pig.
Sandstone shootout. A challenge of precision, coordination, and not crying mid-aim. Once again, the Yemen tribe prevails. I'm beginning to suspect divine intervention or caffeine-based sorcery.
5 wins in a row. We don't play. We dominate.
I missed a shot. But Biden hit 2. I think the sun's broken.
That was for Lana. Hope she's proud of me. God, I miss her and our GTA adventures.
We are survivor royalty. And brain rot, more like brain not.
This is sabotage. The wind was rigged. The targets were moving. I demand a re-challenge with bigger guns.
You couldn't hit water if you fell off a boat with the laser pointer.
Says the human ukulele with no strategy and a permanent headband.
And with that, Yemen bathes in glory, while brain rot burns in its own fumes of frustration. I may be out of the game, but I'm never out of commentary. Stay tuned. More chaos is guaranteed. Here we are again, the ceremonial pit of judgment. The only place where bad decisions are exposed faster than Peter's backside when he forgets his shorts. Tonight's victim is a man with legacy, with name recognition, and with absolutely no clue how to boil rice. He's been stumbling through this game like it's a maze made of foreign policy and slippery shoes. And tonight, his past sins, or just his general existence, might catch up to him. But before we burn the metaphorical house down, I offer a reflection. Survivor is a game of relationships, of trust, of betrayal. And sometimes it's a game of convincing the tribe you didn't just try to use a coconut as a walkie-talkie to talk to your dead vice president.
Hold on, Barack. Before you get to your over-the-top eulogy, I got beef. Kanye's been out here slandering me at every corner of the jungle. Said I built a rocket out of bamboo to invade Venezuela. Said I eat crayons. Said I called a tribal meeting to demand a mission-accomplished banner over the fire pit.
I didn't say any of that was false. You literally drew blueprints in the sand with a chicken bone. and I caught you eating glue you found under the shelter. I thought you were trying to bait raccoons.
Okay, the glue thing was an accident, and I was trying to lure what I thought was a magical boar. We've all had low moments.
Let's spare the dignity, or what's left of it, and read the votes. First vote, Bush. Second vote, Peter. Third vote, Kanye. Fourth vote, Bush. Fifth vote, Bush. Sixth vote, Bush. That's enough. Bush, pack your things, hopefully not your delusions, and bring me your torch.
Wait, I had the sock shrine. I led the coconut committee. I taught Peter how to spell strategy.
Yeah, and you also tried to vote for a palm tree in week 1. That tree had better game sense than you.
George, the tribe has spoken, and frankly, they screamed. With Bush eliminated, and only his haunted sock shrine left behind, the survivors now fuse into one glorious cesspool of dysfunction, the Hell Tribe. Appropriately named, because this camp's going to make Dante's Inferno look like Club Med.
Let's establish ground rules. First, I am not under any circumstance sleeping next to Biden. The man snores like a dying cow with bronchitis, mutters about Coldplay lyrics, and smells like expired soup left in the sun.
I don't sleep, Don. I compose poetry. At night, to Lana Del Rey. Because she blocked me on Instagram and this island doesn't have Wi-Fi, these messages in bottles are all I've got left.
You need to be institutionalized. You've probably spent the last 3 nights writing love letters on tortilla scraps and offering them to birds.
Okay, sidebar, Peter and Jack, stay 10 feet away from me at all times. Your combined scent is the reason the crabs relocated. I've smelled swamps with more dignity.
And Peter's snoring sounds like a broken Roomba trying to swallow marbles. I've run experiments in septic tanks more pleasant than a conversation with Jack Black.
You think this bothers me? I've toured with bands that make y'all look like a Disney Channel reunion. I'll build you a nether room with exploding beds, and you can respawn in hell where I don't have to hear your whining.
My farts are a natural part of island living. And I think the coconut spirit blessed me with this aroma.
Merged or not, lines are drawn. I am voting out Jack, Biden, Kamala, and MrBeast, the second Jeff. I mean Obama. Let's me. You people are holding us back like luggage on a sinking ship.
You're the kind of player who brings a plastic spoon to a knife fight and wonders why she's bleeding.
Nikki's just mad she peaked at being Trump's sidekick. I've seen inflatable lawn decorations with more charisma.
I swear, I will pay each of you 20 grand if you shut your damn mouths for the next 15 minutes. First one to go silent gets double. Anyone, please. I'll build you each a mansion after this, if you just stop talking.
Thus begins life in the Hell Tribe, fueled by hatred, money, insults, and the faint hope that Peter doesn't blow up the shelter again, trying to toast marshmallows with a torch. Tensions are high. Morale is low. And I, your fallen host, remain the only voice of reason in a game now fully consumed by madness. Welcome to the first individual immunity challenge of the season, where the only thing more painful than holding on to this slippery pole is listening to Peter Griffin explain his diet. Get a Grip is a test of physical endurance, mental stamina, and how long you can hold on while your dignity slowly slips through your sweat-soaked fingers. And today, we have a surprise winner. After an exhausting 84 minutes of grunting, sliding, and spontaneous philosophical breakdowns, MrBeast claims his first individual immunity.
Yes, finally something I can hold on to that isn't my own anxiety. Let's go.
Rigged. Totally rigged. The poll I had was clearly greased by the woke mob. Mine was bending. HIS was straight. And did anyone else notice? The bees were only near my poll. I got stung on the lip and no one helped.
I'm sorry for interrupting your meltdown, Donald, but where the hell is Joe?
Joe refused to participate. He was last seen sitting under a tree, whispering sweet nothings to a sandcastle shaped like Lana Del Rey. Apparently he thinks it's a manifestation beacon. What a wimp.
Does it matter if Biden's napping in a mango tree or writing a love album to a fruit? Someone from the Yemen tribe is going home tonight. And it's not going to be me.
You sound like a malfunctioning Disney villain. Nobody's scared of your off-brand Terminator speeches. Relax, Nikki Bot 3000.
At least I don't smell like expired Mountain Dew and broken dreams.
And you sound like you sleep with the podium under your pillow.
Back at camp, where every conversation is either a feud or a therapy session, the atmosphere is thick with tension and flatulence.
Peter, if you eat one more banana without sharing, I'm burying you in the fire pit.
Kamala, that banana was calling to me in Biden's voice. I thought it was a sign from the fruit gods.
Avril, I've decided once and for all that you're a robot. No dirt under your nails, always quiet. I bet you charge overnight via USB.
I'm not dignifying that with a response. But if I were a robot, I'd reprogram the shelter to collapse on you with no hesitation.
You blink too evenly. I've seen toasters with more erratic patterns.
But even with tensions at DEFCON 3, a strange new alliance forms. Not from love, not from loyalty, but from mutual disgust for their fellow players.
I hate working with Kamala and Joe, but I hate Avril, Nikki, Jack, and Kanye more. And in Survivor, you always pick the lesser demons to battle the bigger ones.
What if working with Trump means getting Avril out of my hair? Count me in. Temporarily.
Let's vote out Jack. That guy has the audacity to sleep and sing at the same time. I thought I was hallucinating a Jack Black lullaby.
And he keeps building weird stuff. Yesterday, he tried to make a hot tub using only sand and coconut oil.
He once dared me to eat a cooked beetle with ketchup. That's unforgivable.
And just like that, the unlikely 5 lock in a plan. Jack Black, eccentric, loud, unpredictable, is the next target. But Jack has no idea. He assumes Nikki, in her cold-blooded campaign mode, is the sole mastermind. Welcome, Hell Tribe. The fire burns bright. The paranoia burns brighter. Tonight's vote will split more than alliances. It might destroy what's left of your collective sanity. But before we begin, any plays?
Yes, I'm playing my immunity idol for Peter.
A shocking twist, the first idol play of the game.
Kamala, I love you. Like I would eat kale for you. That's love.
Okay, chill. Kamala's mine, dude. I gave her a hammock and shared my rations. Step back.
I am not property, you idiots. I saved Peter because I need him to block the wind in the shelter. He's why.
Noted. Let's get to the vote. First vote, Avril. Second vote is for Jack Black. Third vote, Jack. Fourth vote, Jack. Fifth vote and the 7th person voted off Hail to the Bros Survivor is Jack Black. Bring me your torch, Jack.
What? I knew it. It was you. Wasn't it, Nikki? You've had it out for me since I made that Enderman joke. Don't think I didn't see you plotting and whispering. You probably think you're some genius strategist, but your game smells like old socks and broken alliances.
You were never part of my plan, Jack. You just happened to be in my way. And guess what the whole tribe agreed with me, Shuddy.
Wow, thanks for proving me right. But you know what? I'm not even mad at everyone else. Not really. Trump, I respect your lies. Kamala, your side-eye game is strong. Peter, keep farting, king. MrBeast, may your weird generosity carry you far. Joe, keep writing to Lana. Even Avril, yeah, you never said a word to me unless I stepped on your shoes, but you're solid. Just don't trust the android conspiracy. That's Trump's lane. But Nikki, you, I hope you lose in a tiebreaker where the challenge is smiling sincerely.
Jack, the tribe has spoken.
Peace out, weirdos. I'll see you on the jury, where I'll be judging every vote like Simon Cowell at a karaoke bar. Oh wait, that's right. Fuck, this is based off an older season. I'll judge you behind my couch then.
When we lost Jack Black, something shifted in the Hell Tribe. For the first time, there was Silence. Well, relatively speaking. Peter still farted. Joe still whispered Lana Del Rey lyrics to coconuts. Trump still accused tree bark of voter fraud. But without Jack's soundtrack of impromptu rock ballads and chaotic inventions, the camp entered an eerie lull. The peace didn't last. MrBeast was the next to fall. A man with pockets deeper than the ocean and energy louder than Kanye's inner monologue, he was targeted by Peter, Joe, and Donald. Yes, that Donald. And with Miu and Avril's help, they orchestrated a blindside that sent the philanthropist packing. I remember it well. He didn't even stay long enough to speak, just dipped. No final words, no tears, not even a proper goodbye. His torch was snuffed before the camera could catch up. The man ghosted tribal council. Classic beast. Then came the collapse of Kamala Harris. By the final 8, something inside her snapped. Maybe it was Peter mistaking her shoes for mangoes. Maybe it was Biden trying to explain his new coconut-powered drone system. Whatever it was, she went off, screaming at Joe about misaligned chakras and calling Trump Mr. Wig of Lies. And even though Donald appreciated the nickname, it was too late. Nikki had had enough. She laid down an ultimatum. Either Kamala and her crazy laugh goes, or she stops doing everyone's laundry, cooking all the meals, and maintaining the entire damn shelter. The tribe folded like a lawn chair. Kamala was unanimously voted out. No idol, no tears, just fury and a long, echoing rant into the jungle. We were all crying because of how bad our heads hurt. Even Kanye had enough, and that guy is the epitome of insanity. That brings us to the final 7, where the fall of Nikki Haley became inevitable. She saw it coming. Maybe that's why she aligned with Avril. Together they planned to take out Trump, to break the orange monarchy. But they didn't count on Joe Biden discovering how to make ice cream out of native fruits and suspicious powder he found in a driftwood box that totally wasn't delivered by Hunter in a homemade raft. The tribe rallied around the ice cream. Even Peter cried. Miu claimed it reset her internal temperature matrix. Nikki and Avril tried. But in a 5-2 vote, Nikki got the boot. She cursed everyone's hygiene on her way out and warned them the shelter would collapse without her. Spoiler, it did. And now the final 6. Survivors of fire, chaos, betrayal, and each other. Avril Lavigne, Donald Trump, Joe Biden, Kanye West, Miu Iruma, Peter Griffin. God help us all. Day 34. The air is thicker with tension than Peter Griffin's diet plan is with cholesterol. The Hell Tribe awakens to what should be a quiet morning. But nothing is ever quiet when you're sharing a beach with the world's most unstable group of survivors, each one more emotionally frayed than the last.
Okay, no, seriously. Someone explained to me why I got kicked out of the shelter last night. I spent 3 hours reinforcing the roof and 5 minutes trying not to cry in the mud. What exactly did I do wrong this time, aside from breathe?
And you tried to get me voted out with Nikki, that's what. And if you think I'm going to let a Canadian emo robot who tried to take down the king share a tarp with me, you're delusional. You had a choice, Avril, and you chose mutiny. No pillow for you, no roof, no dignity. Go cry on the sand.
You act like you didn't make an alliance with Kamala 2 weeks ago. You talk loyalty, but you swap alliances like you're changing socks.
Because unlike you, I adapt. I evolve. I don't malfunction when the battery gets low.
Oh, look. If Miu didn't look like she was built by Elon Musk's weirdest team, and if Avril didn't keep blinking in a suspiciously synchronized pattern like she was downloading firmware updates, they'd have been gone already.
Wait, hold up. What's a Terminator again? Is that the new refrigerator Kamala ordered?
Joe, it's Arnold the robot from the movie. I'll be back. You know, the guy punched through time. He's an asshole, but the movie and character is tremendous.
Right. Hasta la vista. Got it. So you're saying Avril's hiding metal bones in a processor. Makes sense?
Exactly. She's been sus since day one. Unforgivable. If I vanish before the Final Four, it's her doing.
Okay, I'm gonna walk into the ocean now. If anyone needs me, I'll be crying into a conch shell.
Later that evening, as the sun beat down with all the intensity of a Kanye rant, the tribe assembled for propeller heads, a deceptively difficult challenge involving balance, spinning platforms, and a total disregard for physical coordination. and somehow, defying gravity, probability, and basic logic, Joseph Robinette Biden Jr. wins individual immunity.
Yes, I did it. Final puzzle solved. Spin the wheel, Vanna. I'm going to the bonus round.
Joe, shut the hell up. This ain't Wheel of Fortune. You just stood still longer than the rest of us. That's not skill, that's your brain lagging behind the present timeline. Whoa.
This is a national embarrassment. The man who thinks the idol is a mood ring just beat all of us. He probably had Velcro on his feet. I'm calling for a challenge on it.
Dude didn't even know we were playing a challenge. He just thought it was recess. And now he's got immunity?
I ran calculations. There is a 1 in 19,000 chance he wins this legitimately. And yet here we are. I hate this island.
Back at camp, while Avril muttered binary and Trump reworked his conspiracy board with leaves, Biden stumbled upon the hidden immunity idol and made possibly the worst survivor move of the decade.
Guys, I found it. I found the idol. Now we can all win.
Why? Why would you yell that? This isn't The Price is Right, Joe. That's not how this works.
You just painted a target the size of Kanye's ego on your back. What were you thinking?
Does this mean we get cake now? Or is that only if Kamala comes back from the dead?
This is why I keep notes. I literally had to build a fake idol just in case Joe found the real one and announced it like he was hosting a bake sale.
I thought if I shared it, we'd all get immunity. Like a team hug. Or a group nap.
Group nap? We are inches away from $1 million prize and you're doing nap diplomacy?
But Biden's blunder wasn't the biggest fracture of the day. That came when tensions within the power alliance finally exploded like Peter after taco night.
Miu, why are you so uptight? I carried that log just fine. Sure, I dropped it on my foot and cried, but still.
You call that carrying? You dragged it like a broken vacuum. And Donald hasn't cooked once since Nikki left. He just screams at the fire. And Avril hasn't contributed a single ounce of emotional support since day 22. What a fucking bot. Can someone ban her from the servers? Oh, wait, this isn't a simulation, I think.
Maybe because you nag like a malfunctioning toaster. I'm the brains, Peter's the brawn, Avril's the background character, and you're just static.
That's it. I'm done. I'm out. You three have become a power-drunk boys club fueled by delusion and sweat. I'd rather take my chances with Kanye than stay in a shelter that smells like denial and damp socks. You coming, Avril?
Miu, I want to, I do, but the minute you leave, you're screwed. They're going to eat you alive and then debate whether or not you were a simulation. At least in here, I know which kind of betrayal to expect. At least I'll survive another day if I stay with these guys. I don't know.
And so, as night falls, the Hell Tribe braces for tribal council with shattered bonds, one chaotic idol holder, and a defector with no backup. The storm is brewing. And in Survivor, storms mean one thing. Someone's torch is going out. Dramatically. It's day 35, and what little sanity this game had is now officially evaporating like Peter's last coconut smoothie. 6 contestants remain. 6 warped psyches. 6 arguments waiting to explode into tears, screaming, and banana theft. The vibe tonight? Betrayal, the mood, paranoia, the stakes, torch snuffingly high. We've reached the part of the game where votes are less about strategy and more about revenge. So I'll ask, are you ready?
I was born ready, then I got hungry, then I forgot, then I remembered again, so yeah, let's get to the votes. Before I shit my pants, I gotta call John Pork, guys.
Let's go, man. Let's just do it before I forget what day it is. Is this still The Bachelor?
Nobody's ever been more ready than me. I was ready before the show started. I was born in a state of readiness. My crib was a boardroom.
I'm exhausted, emotionally broken, but still more stable than most of the people here. Let's go.
If any of you vote me out tonight, you are officially too stupid to operate a fork. I have built shelter. I've cooked food. I've rewired the coconut radio 6 times. Vote me out. And I hope every one of you gets eaten by fire ants.
Great, let's read the votes. First vote, Donald. Second vote, Peter. Third vote, Avril. That's one vote for Donald, Peter, and Avril. Fourth vote, Miu Iruma. Fifth vote, Peter Griffin. Sixth vote, Miu Iruma. Well, this is awkward. We have a tie. 2 votes for Miu, 2 for Peter. For the first time in this deeply cursed season, we go to a revote. Everyone besides Miu and Peter will vote again. And remember, this isn't your chance to play it safe. It's your moment to either survive or blow everything up. And while they struggle with decisions that could shatter lives and friendships, let me tell you about Raid Shadow Legends. Yes, it's that mobile RPG with over 600 champions and graphics so sharp, even Kanye tried to recruit them for his next campaign rally. Use the code HELLTRIBE or Totally Legit promo for free bonuses you definitely won't earn on this island. Time to read the revotes. First vote, Miu. Second vote, Miu. Third vote, Peter. The 11th person voted off Hail to the Bros survivor is Miu Iruma. That's enough. Miu, grab your toolkit and whatever high-voltage gadget you've been hiding in your hair. The tribe has spoken.
Are you all out of your coconut-crushed minds? Avril, you little pop-punk weasel?
I didn't want to, Miu, but I had to. You were spiraling. You called Peter a biological fumble and said Trump's hair was a sentient fungus. I couldn't do it anymore.
That was a compliment. Donald, say something.
Miu, listen. I love you. I admire your weirdness. I even defended you when you electrocuted the water filter. But at the end of the day, I love money more. And you weren't going to win me that.
Miu, it's time to go. The following episode of Survivor Hell Tribe has been banned in 192 countries and is only legally available in Thailand and East Germany. Why? Because Kanye West said things so profoundly inappropriate. Even the cameraman threatened to sue. Let's just say it started with a disagreement over rice portions and ended with 4 producers calling their therapists. Long story short, Kanye was voted off 3-2. He and Avril tried to take out Biden. The rest of the tribe had enough. They didn't just vote him off, they practically built a catapult. No final words. Just a blur of sensor bars, bleeped audio, and a helicopter extraction. So here we are. Day 37. 2 tribal councils left. 4 walking disasters remaining. Somehow, these 4 emerged from the psychological forest fire known as Hell Tribe. Their names will echo through reality television history, for better or worse. Avril Lavigne, pop-punk phoenix, possible android, betrayed her best friend to survive another night. Donald Trump, Survivor's most volatile deal-maker, strategist, opportunist, and probable owner of half the coconuts on the island. Joe Biden, the man who won an immunity challenge while half asleep and thought the idol gave him the power to make everyone win. Peter Griffin, sentient chaos, unpredictable, unfiltered, and somehow still breathing. God help us all. Day 37. The island is quiet now, quieter than it's been in weeks. No more Kanye rants echoing across the shoreline. No more Miu arguing with the campfire. No more Nikki Haley wielding coconut ladles like battle axes. Just 4 exhausted souls who have clawed their way through every meltdown, betrayal, freak storm, and politically charged fruit war this cursed game has thrown at them. And now, with only hours left before the final 2 tribal councils, they sit together, not as enemies, not as allies, but as survivors who've seen and done too much to pretend they're still the same people who arrived here on day 1.
Look, I know we've had our fights, we've screamed, we've sabotaged, we've slept on opposite ends of the shelter because someone, Peter, kept farting like he was auditioning for a gas-powered jazz solo. But tonight, I'm setting the record straight. I'm proud of all of you. Avril, you stood tall even when the whole tribe wanted you gone. You outlasted alliances, overcame the Terminator conspiracy, and kept that deadpan stare stronger than my tax liars under oath. Peter, you might be the most chaotic thing on 2 legs. But damn it, you're reliable in your own weird way. And Joe, you baffled science, defied probability, and somehow became a 3-time immunity winner despite having no idea what day it is or what show you're on. And that's not nothing.
You know, this whole game, it changes you. Before this, I thought survival meant binge-watching 12 episodes of Wheel of Fortune while covered in cheese dust. But after spending 37 days being chased by jungle animals, farting on a tarp, and watching Kanye argue with trees, I feel different. I feel like I get it now. Life's simpler without fact-checkers. The editors are probably finally getting to sleep now that they're not scrambling to censor me every 30 seconds. I think we gave them a break. A real break.
They're all right in my book, even you, Don. I know we've said some stuff. I know I called you a sentient cheese puff, and you called me a malfunctioning Roomba. But this is what matters. Us, right here, together. No scripts, no votes, just 4 slightly dehydrated maniacs staring at the same goal.
You know what? Yeah, I came here thinking I'd just coast, make it to the merge, and then get yeeted off the island. But I made it this far. I outlasted Miu, Nikki, and Kanye. I've dodged torches like bullets, made alliances with lunatics, and slept beside people who don't understand the basic function of deodorant, and still I'm standing. I don't know if I'll be here tomorrow, but I'll always remember this, not for the strategy, but for the chaos, and the weird little family we built from flaming garbage. Thank you.
Hours later, the survivors stood at the edge of the jungle for one of the season's final tests. A twisted challenge of balance and bravery. They called it Tarantula. A cruel, terrifying endurance test that required each player to stand barefoot on a narrow plank above a pit full of tarantulas while holding ropes tethered to a frame above their heads. The pain? Unbearable. The fear? Palpable. The reward? Immunity? And one more guaranteed step toward the final tribal council. And when the dust settled, the sweat dripped, and the panic faded, Joe Biden won his 3rd consecutive immunity challenge.
I don't buy it. I want a recount. I want footage. There's no way a man who thought a beetle was a walkie-talkie just won this. Again, for the 10th time.
I swear he's sleepwinning. I blink and he's still standing. I think Joe's using ghost energy.
We live in a simulation. That's the only explanation. Who knows, this could even be the imagination of some 17-year-old with too much time on their hands.
Thanks. I'd like to thank Keith, my dream sensei. He told me to breathe through the tarantulas, and I did, and now they're my friends.
After the challenge, the camp was unlike anything we'd seen all season. Quiet, still. Not a whisper of betrayal, not a whisper of strategy, just 4 weary people trying to enjoy their last day together before someone vanished forever into the survivor void. There were no backstabs, no blindsides, just soft glances and long stares toward the crashing waves. Everyone knew the game would tear one more apart. No one knew who. But all of them hoped deep down that maybe, just maybe, it wouldn't be them. "37 days ago, you stepped onto this beach as strangers. Now you sit here as survivors. Not because you were lucky, but because you were relentless. You were conniving. You were sometimes absurdly lucky. But tonight that streak ends for one of you. And after all you've endured, this one will hurt. Bad.
Let's get this over with. I've got a date with a victory speech. Or a very dramatic confessional.
Let's do this. It's been real. It's been weird. Let's end it with some dignity, or as much as we're capable of.
Time to read the votes. First vote, Avril Lavigne. Second vote, Peter Griffin. Third vote, Avril. Fourth vote, and the 8th member of our deranged jury, Avril Ramona Lavigne. That's enough. Avril, the tribe has spoken.
Well, I always figured I'd get sniped before the finale, but I'm proud. I lasted this long, and I didn't even have to fake my death or switch bodies like the internet says I did.
Goodbye, Canadian robot lady. You were less scary than I expected.
Avril, I'll miss you. You were the Avriliest Avril I've ever met.
You were tough. You were strange. But you played a hell of a game.
Avril, Your torch has been extinguished. Go in peace, knowing you outlasted chaos incarnate. And then there were 3. Trump, Biden, Griffin. One of you will win. 2 of you will leave with bug bites, sunburns, and a haunting sense of what if. Tomorrow is your final test, the last immunity challenge. Get a good night's rest, because one of you won't be sleeping much after tomorrow. Then came night 38. One final torch must be snuffed before the jury decides who walks away with the $1 million prize. Joe Biden, wearing the necklace of immunity for the 4th and final time, holds all the power. With just one vote, he decides who will join him at the end, and who will walk away in 3rd place. Joe, before we read the vote, I have to ask, are you sure about your decision? Did you actually write down a name this time and not another chapter of your Lana Del Rey ice cream fan fiction in marker?
Barack, with all the regret in my old bones, I did. This one wasn't easy. Donald, you and I have clashed more times than I can count, mostly because I've lost count. But you fought hard. You've outlasted Twitter bans, coconut theft, and Kanye West. That's something.
Don't do it, Joe. Think about what we built, the fires we started, the alliances we pretended we weren't in. You vote me out now, and Peter gets a free ride on a banana peel to the finals.
I am right here, you know. Go fuck yourself, Donald.
Peter, you've been chaotic, wild, kind of gross, but honest in your own weird way. I respect that. And Donald, I do respect you too. You fought like hell. You never stopped playing. But this is Survivor. And there can only be 2 in the final vote.
All right, let's read the vote. The final person voted out of Hail to the Bruz' Survivor and the final member of our jury. Donald, please bring me your torch.
I'll see you at Final Tribal, Joe. And I'm bringing questions. Believe me, they will be tremendous.
Donald, the tribe has spoken. Congratulations, you are the final 2. One of you will become the sole survivor, and the other will become a meme. Good luck. It's day 39. The end. The summit. The storm has passed, but the wreckage remains. Joe Biden and Peter Griffin sit across from each other, their eyes tired, their stomachs emptier than their social media feeds. One of them will leave this beach a millionaire, the other will leave with emotional damage, a sunburn, and probably a coconut rash. But before we crown the winner, it's time for the final hurdle, the jury. Only half the jury decided to show up in person. The rest are still too emotionally destroyed by the events of the last few weeks. Some are bitter, some are afraid, some, looking at you, Kamala, are allegedly lost in the jungle chasing imaginary goats. So, they'll be watching this through the live stream on YouTube. Yes, YouTube. Yes, with live chat enabled. Yes, Kanye is already spamming emojis even though he is right here. Now, to the in-person jury, let's begin.
Joe, what was your biggest move that didn't involve tripping over a tree root or accidentally revealing an idol to the entire tribe? And Peter, explain why someone who confused immunity with a really strong vitamin deserves $1 million.
My biggest move was making alliances based on compassion. I kept promises, except for the one to you, Donald. But that was strategy. You were a threat. Also, I thought the vote was for who smells most like money, and you already had that locked up.
I didn't win because of strategy. I won because no one thought I'd make it past day 5. I outlasted Kanye's coconut opera, Miu's electrical storm, and Joe's nighttime lullabies. I'm here because I'm unpredictable and apparently lovable.
Peter, you spent 3 days whispering to a palm tree and named it Kevin. Joe, you voted for me thinking I was Kamala in a sun hat. Convince me you're not just hallucinations at this point.
Kevin was my spiritual mentor. He taught me patience and how to throw coconuts with dignity. As for hallucinations, I promise I'm real. I just smell weird.
I know what I did. Kinda. I might have been confused, but I had heart. I had soul, and I kept my pants on longer than Trump. That's gotta count for something.
Joe, you betrayed me. After all we went through, I wrote you a folk song. Peter, explain your greatest moment of self-awareness, if it exists.
One morning I looked into a puddle and realized I hadn't brushed my teeth in 23 days. I saw a reflection of a man who had changed, who had grown. Then I slipped and face-planted. But that moment, that was real.
Well, I didn't betray you. I just voted you out. That's not betrayal. That's tradition. And I liked the song. Smash.
Joe, who do you think I am? Really? And Peter, if you had to describe your game in one word, and that word couldn't be fart, what would it be?
Kanye, I think you're a symbol, a warning, a force of nature with a Wi-Fi signal. And I think you're my friend. I hope so.
One word? Resilient. No, wait. Beautiful? No. Sticky? That's definitely sticky.
Well, that was a collection of words, phrases, and legally questionable statements. I'd say I'm proud of what's transpired here tonight, but I'm more impressed no one got tackled. It's time. Jury members, whether in person or behind a live stream window with questionable connection speeds, please cast your votes for the winner of Survivor. You are not voting for who annoyed you the least. You are voting for who outwitted, outplayed, and outlasted. And now, we'll reveal the final vote. I'll read the votes. First vote, Joe. That's one vote, Joe. Second vote, Peter. That's one vote, Joe. One vote, Peter. Third vote, Joe. That vote came from MrBeast. That's 2 votes, Joe. 1 vote, Peter. Fourth vote, Peter. Cast by Trump, naturally. We're tied. 2 votes, Joe. 2 votes, Peter. Fifth vote, Joe. That's 3 votes, Joe. 2 votes, Peter. That one was from Avril, with a little glitter on the envelope. Peter. Kanye made sure we knew it was him by writing in all caps and including a drawing of a goat in sunglasses. Seventh and final vote, Peter. Cast by Miu, who left behind a hand-drawn schematic of how she could have rigged the vote with circuitry but chose not to. That's 4 votes, Peter. 3 votes, Joe. Peter Griffin, you are the sole survivor of Hell Tribe.
Wow. I did it. I actually did it. Thank you, everyone. Even you, Ye. And now for my final words. If you like this season, smash that like button, subscribe for more chaos, and don't forget to ring the bell so you never miss a fart-fueled betrayal. This has been Peter Griffin, sole survivor, baby.